Kia ora, Ben.
Yeah, I'm back again, Graham.
Back again and welcome.
Thank you.
Masterworks 2.
Yep, Masterworks 2. The year's flying by.
As it does, as it does. Ben, I have approximately 6 questions for you.
All right.
Are you ready?
Bring them on.
Okay, here they go. In this concert, Ben, the 3 pieces of music, the Debussy Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, Bartók's Viola Concerto, and Brahms Symphony No. 1, they're quite different in style and in emotional expression. That's not the question. Here comes the question. Tell us, please, about the choice to put them together in one concert, and what will it offer the audience?
Well, I would say that Hungarian influence is big with Brahms, and so putting Bartók with Brahms kind of makes sense from that point of view. The Brahms is a masterpiece. I suppose they're all masterpieces in their own way. The Bartók less known. Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun I consider to be just a perfect piece. It's one of those pieces that, it's impossible to improve. It's always a beautiful work to listen to for the audience. And for some reason, these works just all go together. They go together really beautifully. So there's no specific narrative through them all. It's just all sort of good music that seems to work one after the other.
Yeah, it provides a beautiful arc, I think.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. Question number 2, with such a diverse program, as we said, do you work to create a sense of flow and connection between those pieces? Or, as we said, with that arc, do you let each work stand on its own and allow the audience to experience the contrasts and maybe make their own connections?
Yeah, I think that's a better way to do it. You just treat every work as its own thing, its own little island, and then see what the connections bring to the audience in the moment, in the evening. I guess the challenge from my point of view is the different styles, as you said, and the different colours of sound. So going from Brahms, that sort of slightly more Germanic sound of Brahms, to Debussy, which is all impressionistic and light and French, and the Bartók, I suppose, which is modernist and something mid-20th century is very different. So that'll be the challenge for us, I suppose, is moving between those styles.
With pieces as iconic as these 3 are, how do you balance honouring their traditional interpretations while still bringing your, I think, very clear own artistic vision to the performance?
Yeah, well, look, I'm not seeking to change them dramatically. My philosophy is that if you are very faithful to the score and the instructions of the work, that just by virtue of the music going through you as the conductor or as the performer, it becomes somehow different because of what you bring to it. So I'm not trying to do a new version of any of these pieces, but it will end up being, I suppose, our version as opposed to other people's versions. So just by the nature of us being different performers and bringing different things to it, but the music's so good, it doesn't need a lot of reinvention. Yeah. And I've got my own ideas about how these pieces should sound, and that's informed by the score. So I'm trying to remain pretty faithful to the composers.
Live performance, Ben.
Yep, exactly.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. How do you prepare the orchestra for a concert like this? And what are some of the key challenges in rehearsals?
Yeah, the Brahms is a hard piece for orchestra. So, and we haven't played a lot of Brahms here, actually. It's sort of a bridge between romanticism and classicism in that, or neoclassicism, I suppose. It's kind of a very specific style. It has to be beautifully phrased and beautifully performed. It's very exposed. So we're spending a lot of time on that symphony in terms of the refinement of things. Faun is similar to that, actually, because it is fragile in its own dreamy way. The Bartók's something brand new. I've never done that before. I don't think the orchestra have ever done that before either. Although it has been performed twice here in New Zealand.
Yes, indeed.
By NZSO and Auckland. But that'll be a discovery. So a lot of time, I would say, on the symphony and the Debussy, and then let's see what happens with the Bartók. It's not insanely hard for the orchestra, thank goodness, but it's just new, and Serenity will be teaching us how it goes, I suppose.
It'll kind of speak for itself, won't it?
Yeah, it will. And it's a beautiful work.
It's a real masterpiece. So speaking of Serenity, who is of course our principal viola player, she's featured in this work. Why was this work the right choice for Serenity, and well, what do you think she will bring to the performance?
So we are sort of blessed with having this level of ability to showcase. The Bartók, she's such a technically proficient player. She's deeply musical, but she's highly intelligent. And the works we've done previously have been generally 20th century works or modern works. And she's just all over them. Like, she just prepares so thoroughly, does everything from memory all the time. And I think the Bartók's really going to suit her. You know, it's lyrical, but it's also technical. I mean, he really pushes the soloist to the limit technically. That's true. The person who commissioned it or was written for, William Primrose, that was the expectation. But Bartók, he always did that for his viola parts for some reason. That instrument's very special to him. And so I think Serenity has a resonance with this piece. It's going to be really a memorable experience to work with her again.
Yeah, it's exciting. The final question. You got it in you, do you think?
I don't know. Let's see.
So, Brahms Symphony Number 1.
Yes.
It is frequently referred to as Beethoven's 10th.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little?
Yeah, it's an example of an artist finally finding courage to make a personal statement. I mean, Brahms had written a lot of music by this point, but he hadn't written a symphony. And he was old for somebody who had not written a symphony. It was because of the shadow of Beethoven and the expectation, I think, that he felt. And the longer he left it, ironically, the harder it probably became for him. Yeah. But he thought Beethoven's Ninth was perfect and the high point of the symphonic form. And so he just didn't think he had anything further to add, which was incorrect as it turns out.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the fourth movement, it has a tune in it which could be written by Beethoven and is similar to the Ode to Joy of the Ninth Symphony. So it follows on from that very, very well and obviously. And so that's why people call it Beethoven's 10th Symphony. And I think it's one of the reasons why it's so popular as well, is because you have a very singable, memorable tune that everybody goes away singing and whistling. So.
Ben, what a joy. This Saturday night, Douglas Lilburn Auditorium, 7:30 p.m. We have to, but I'm finding it hard to wait.
We have to wait.
It's going to be a tough one.
But this music will sound so good in that beautiful hall with this orchestra. It's a wonderful program.